our friend from Taiwan. We're going to have great after-dinner drinks. So I just want to say we're going to move to our next video here we have, and thank you very much. Please watch this video tribute to Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen.
Mette Frederiksen, the youngest Prime Minister in Danish history, has been a dynamic force in shaping Denmark's domestic and international policies, with a strong focus on social justice, security, and transatlantic relations. In response to the crisis in Ukraine, Frederiksen has been a vocal supporter of Ukraine's sovereignty, providing substantial humanitarian aid and military assistance to bolster Ukraine's defense against Russian aggression. She has been a leading advocate for a unified European and transatlantic response to the conflict, emphasizing the need for collective security and a robust stance against violations of international law. Frederiksen has also reinforced Denmark's role as a reliable ally within NATO, working to strengthen ties between Europe and the United States and promote transatlantic cooperation on global security challenges. On the international stage, she has deepened Denmark's engagement within the European Union, championing human rights, democracy, and collective security. Her commitment to these values, coupled with her pragmatic and visionary approach to governance, has made her an influential figure in both European and global politics. In recognition of her impactful leadership and dedication to strengthening transatlantic relations, GLOBSEC is honoured to present Mette Frederiksen with this award.
Please welcome to the stage Czech Prime Minister Petr Fiala, our birthday boy. Mr. Prime Minister.
Dear Madam President, dear Ursula, Mr. President Pavel, Presidents, Prime Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. I am glad that this GLOBSEC Forum is in Prague. It is great to have so many inspiring speakers here. This year, President Ursula von der Leyen, Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, and in memoriam Ambassador Martin Povejšil received the CSTA award. Rightly so. I have the privilege to know all of them personally, and I exchanged many ideas with them in the past years, very often on serious issues for Europe and the free world. Good solutions have been the main thing of all of them. Their understanding of the needs of our region has always been special. I congratulate President Ursula von der Leyen. Dear Ursula, I am very happy for your receiving this award. Congratulations. And now I want to turn to Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen. Dear Mette, I am pleased to have the privilege to say a few words about you. I believe that Madam Prime Minister Mette gets this award for her special focus on European stability, for her focus on justice and support for freedom, and especially for her help to the people of Ukraine. I am sure that this is something we need to appreciate. We live in a historic moment. The war changes us. It gives us many lessons. When it started, people had debates about how many hours we have before Kiev falls. Hours became days, months, and years. Ukraine continues to resist. It still fights for freedom to choose its future, for rights which many of us believe were granted. And now we see the true cost of independence almost every day. When the war started, we saw cars with Ukrainian registrations in our streets. Many had paper signs saying only one word: children. Those people wanted to protect their families because their country was attacked. Their suffering was real, and it was very close to us. We needed to act. We knew that our response to all this will shape the future of Ukraine, but also the future of Europe. And we had to help as much as possible. Very soon it was clear that the Ukrainian army needed more weapons of all types. We started to supply Ukraine defenders with tanks, howitzers, helicopters, missiles, and artillery shells. We also reached to others and started to work together. And it was success. With partner governments and many donors, we now deliver tens of thousands of large caliber ammunition to Ukraine every month, plus at least one piece of heavy equipment every day. Since February 2022, we delivered 2 million large caliber and 22 million medium caliber rounds of ammunition. We closely work with Denmark for 2 years. In fact, the so-called Czech Ammunition Initiative has 3 parents. The idea was born in cooperation with Denmark and the Netherlands. Our 3 countries then made others join. It was a complex and difficult task, and it would not be possible without the support of Danish people, their government, and especially the personal support and work of Mette Frederiksen. It is always a pleasure to work with Mette, because her way of doing things is very close to mine. She is a politician focused on values. She knows where her priorities are, but she also has a very realistic view on the world and knows exactly what can be achieved. This is probably the right word for her. She is a true achiever. Her strategy is not based on big words, but it is to the point and brings results. That is what we need in Europe. We should never stop dreaming and having visions, but we also need to focus on real actions. Mette Frederiksen is exactly the kind of leader who we need in Europe to overcome our challenges and secure our future. Madam Prime Minister, dear Mette, let me thank you for your empathy, courage, and determination against this barbaric war. Thank you for your dedication to the freedom and security in Europe. I am happy that your work is now recognized by the committee of the GLOBSEC Forum Award. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Peter Poodle, Robert. Peter Poodle. Excellent. Thank you so much. Madam Prime Minister, the floor is yours.
Dear friends,
Madam Prime Minister, hold on just a minute.
okay.
Let's keep it quiet or I'm going to have to break another glass. All right? Let's keep it quiet. Let's be respectful. Let's keep it respectful. Okay, Madam Prime Minister.
Dear friends, first of all, thank you, Petra, for your kind words, and thank you for allowing me to share this moment with you, Ursula, a person whom I admire. And by the way, all of you, congratulations to Europe 5 more years with you in front of us. I am, of course, very honored to receive the Czech and Slovak Transatlantic Award, especially at this defining moment in time where we are faced with tough choices that will be decisive for our societies for many years to come. No, let me pause for a moment. Because is it really tough choices we are facing? No. No, it is not tough choices. The choice of our time is simple, but the consequences are tough. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is far more about the imperial dreams of Russia than it is about Ukraine. And my message tonight is very clear, and allow me to be very frank because now I have the stage. Ukraine needs to win this war. For too long we have said to each other, Ukraine cannot lose this war. I think it is time for a change. Ukraine needs to win. And after the invasion of Crimea in 2014, we have tried everything to reason with Russia, to negotiate based on the hope that Russia would respect the rules that we play by. But Russia was not to be trusted then, and Russia is not to be trusted now. Many here in Czech Republic and in this region understood Russia's intentions early. And you understand better than most what is at stake. All of us in this room, all of our allies, all over Ukraine, we only have one wish, and that is peace, and nothing else. It is not the same for Russia. In Europe and in many other places around the world, Russia is now playing a destabilizing role. And peace is not a possibility when only one side is engaging in honesty. We cannot allow Putin and Russia to redraw borders in Europe by force, not in Ukraine and not anywhere else. I am, as you, deeply impressed with our Ukraine friends, their bravery, their willingness to risk all for freedom, even their lives. But Ukraine cannot win alone, and they need our full support. And therefore, first of all, we have to meet Ukrainian needs at the front line now. We have to be faster, we have to speed up, we have to scale up, and all discussions about red lines have to end. Secondly, in Europe, we need to be able to defend ourselves. I am transatlantic by heart, and the strong transatlantic bond has been crucial in the response to the Russian invasion. But the message from now different US presidents have been right. Europe needs to do more. And yes, it is going to be very expensive. Thirdly, Russia is not the only threat. The increasingly close relationship and cooperation between Russia, North Korea, and Iran is a threat to all democracies all over the world. And we need to face a new reality. Russia would not be able to continue the war in Ukraine if it wasn't for China. Fourthly, we need to strengthen our own defense, our collective defense, our transatlantic defense. Denmark, of course, strongly supports Ukraine's integration into NATO. We are a strong supporter of the enlargement of the European Union. I have no doubt, I would like to conclude by saying this, that we can do it. Europe has faced more difficult situations before. And as long as we don't repeat Chamberlain's mistakes from the 30s, we are going to find our way. If we stand together, if we have the will to defend ourselves, to defend our values, and to defend our citizens. In 2022, this award was given to the brave people of Ukraine. I look forward to the day when Ukraine is free again, when the people of Ukraine are free again. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, congratulations. Do you want your trophy to show off at your table? Okay, here we go. They're really going to want to see it. They're going to really want to see it. We're now going to go right immediately into our third and final tribute. And this is going to be a tribute, an award presented in memoriam to one of the Czech Republic's most fabulous and accomplished diplomats, Martin Povejšil. Martin was the Director General for Security and Military. I just lost it, okay, in the Czech ministry, and he was ambassador to the EU, Spain, Chile, and NATO. And to help present this award, we're going to watch a video in his tribute. Please watch this tribute to Martin Povejšil.
Martin Povejšil, in memoriam, made an indelible mark on Czech diplomacy. Joining the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in 1990, he became a pivotal figure, embodying the finest qualities of Czech diplomacy through his relentless dedication to advancing Czechia's place among democratic Western nations. His invaluable work significantly influenced Czechia's integration into NATO and the European Union, and was crucial in shaping and promoting Czech foreign and security policy. He served as the Czech ambassador to NATO and consequently to the European Union. His profound understanding of international relations and his commitment to Czechia's interest inspired many generations of Czech diplomats. Throughout his life, Mr. Povejšil remained actively engaged in advancing Czech diplomacy and national interests, most notably in his last position as the Director General for the Security and Multilateral Section at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Czechia.
To help celebrate his life, please invite to the stage CEO and co-founder of Gala 2000, the partner for this evening's event, Zbigniew Pawlacek. Zbigniew.
Thank you, Steve. Dear Mr. President, dear Mr. Prime Minister, firstly, let me express our thanks to Czech and Slovak transatlantic awardees, Madam President Ursula von der Leyen and Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen. We are very proud to have accepted our nominee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very personal moment for me because of three reasons. First of all, it is my honor to present the Czech and Slovak Transatlantic Award together with the President and Prime Minister of Czech Republic. Secondly, it is very special because the GLOBSEC Forum taking place for the first time in Prague. But thirdly, to make a laudatio for Martin Povejšil is a very personal matter for me. Unfortunately, it's been more than 1 year since Martin passed away, and we still miss him so much. Needless to say, Martin Povejšil was one of the top Czech diplomats, worked on the Czech Foreign Ministry for more than 30 years. Martin clearly understood diplomacy as a necessary part of ensuring security of Czech Republic based on transatlantic relations, given his personal experience with the communist regime. Martin showed his diplomatic skills as an ambassador of Czech Republic to Chile and to Spain, but mainly as the ambassador to NATO and later to European Union. I started working with Martin almost 20 years ago when he was appointed as the political director at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Martin knew that not only official political negotiations were needed, but also building very robust and resilient system. That is why he very intensively supported so-called public and defense diplomacy activities. Martin was a really strong figure who will build strong system, a system based on the people who are now successfully carrying his legacy. Many Martin colleagues still having his picture in their offices as the tribute how strong person he really was. Martin was so brave at his work and also in his battle with serious illness. I will never forget when in autumn 2022 we met in our favorite pub, Rudolfina, and he told me about his fight with the disease and about the great support of his family, for which he was very grateful. Martin won the first round of his tough fight, and he told me that since that he was taking every single day as the special bonus of his life. But unfortunately, he lost the second round. Together, we founded several informal projects that are still remaining successfully until nowadays. As the Czech-German Security Forum or Czech and Slovak Transatlantic Award, Martin was a very active member of our honorary committee since the very beginning. As a part of his legacy, a young generation can apply a Martin Povejšil membership in NATO internship founded by the Czech Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which commemorates Martin's years in Brussels. Thanks to this, students and young professionals will have an opportunity to continue in Martin's work and effort. Martin is awarded for his lifetime dedication to diplomacy and strong promotion of transatlantic relations based on values. He would have to deserve this award during his life, but I really appreciate that his wife, Jarmila, will accept this award in memoriam.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me thank you for organizing this event and for decision to award Martin in memoriam. It is a great honor to be here today in Prague Castle and to receive the Czech and Slovak Transatlantic Award on behalf of Martin. No matter where he looked in the world, he always saw much more than the narrow scope of his immediate responsibilities. He never reduced his horizons in subject matter or geography. He was able to assess problems in broad context. This gift he extensively used in MFA headquarters as well as abroad. He was aware of the strategic importance of the European Union and NATO. On the other hand, he maintained a healthy skepticism towards some trends motivated by wishful thinking, skepticism ideological rigidity, or cheap efforts to please. Martin always had consistent and clear opinion on Russia and the threats it poses, long time before the Russian horrid attacks. His support for Ukraine was evident both in his work as well as in his private life. Some of you may know that Martin was one of the people involved in the initial setup of this award. The GLOBSEC Forum was close to his heart, so I know that he would be truly honored to receive this award. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. Again, Jarmila Povejšil. Very nice. Thank you so much. We loved your husband. Thank you. Look, we're going to close out this great evening in a moment with closing remarks from the chairman of the board of GLOBSEC. I'll say that one of the subtitle commitments of GLOBSEC is ideas. It's not just ideas that shape the world, it's conversations like this that shape the world. I really want to thank all of you for being here. More importantly, I want to thank the chairman of the board, Willy Molterer, and ask him to come and say some words before we go off into the night. And I'll just say one last thing. As you leave, and we're going to talk about how you leave, meet someone you don't know. This room is full of fantastic people. Willy, the floor is yours.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, if you look into the list of the awardees, you will see just bright and brilliant personalities. Also, what we have seen today is bright and brilliant personalities. And they give us a direction of travel. And the direction of travel is crystal clear for everybody listening carefully what the three ladies have said to us. And it is for me the message that we have to convey to everybody in Europe and beyond. First of all, nothing is for granted. And secondly, it's worth to stand up and fight for freedom, for democracy, and for peace. And I invite you, all of you, to stand up and fight and don't leave the battlefield to the others. We are the ones responsible. We are the influencers, and we make the difference if we are strong enough and confident in the future of our continent, of our Europe. Thanks and enjoy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now I'm going to say, enjoy a glass of wine, meet someone you don't know. The buses are going to be lined up outside and taking those back to the Prague Hilton who are going to the Prague Hilton. But I just want to say again, congratulations to GLOBSEC, Robert Vash, Milan Solar, the people who put on this fantastic conference. Congratulations to our awardees. Congratulations to our hosts, and congratulations to all of you, because I'm sure you've all done something good. And with that, make sure you say thanks to the people who waited on your tables, who are lining up to get you on the buses, and the young leaders in this room, in this project. Thank you all very much. It was a real pleasure. One last thing. We have the Mucha String Quartet to make the evening end beautifully and magically. Please welcome the Mucha String Quartet.